Boris Johnson has been attacked by his ethics advisor in a damning and explosive resignation letter published today. Lordgate quit the government last night in a move that caught the Prime Minister by surprise. In his resignation letter, the peer said he believed he could not continue in his role after being placed in an impossible and odious position by Mr. Johnson. He said he had considered whether to quit following the fallout from the so-called Partygate saga but had decided to stay on in spite of his reservations. However, Lordgate said a new request made by the Prime Minister on Monday regarding trade sanctions had pushed him too far. The advisor wrote, "I was tasked to offer a view about the government's intention to consider measures which risk a deliberate and purposeful breach of the ministerial code. This request has placed me in an impossible and odious position. He said the idea that the Prime Minister might to any degree be in the business of deliberately breaching his own code is an affront. A deliberate breach, or even an intention to do so, would be to suspend the provisions of the code to suit a political end. This would make a mockery not only of respect for the code but license the suspension of its provisions in governing the conduct of Her Majesty's ministers. I can have no part in this. On just Wednesday, Lordgate told the Commons Public Administration and Constitutional Affairs Committee that he had felt frustration and that the option of quitting was always on the agenda. Responding to the resignation letter, Mr. Johnson said he was sorry to receive the notice, adding, "When we spoke on Monday, you said that you were content to remain until the end of the year. So your letter came as a surprise." He said, "You have carried out your duties admirably under very difficult circumstances. We have discussed the burdens placed on you by this increasingly public role, and the pressures that would be felt by anyone in your position. On behalf of the government, I would like to renew my thanks for all your work." Speaking in the Commons today, Cabinet Office Minister Michael Ellis echoed the remarks, telling MPs that the government was disappointed to see Lordgate stand down. He said his decision had come despite the fact that significant changes were made to the role and status of the independent advisor on ministers' interests recently in order to strengthen the role. Seizing on Lordgate's decision, William Ragg, one of Mr. Johnson's most vocal Tory critics, said, "Lordgate is a person of great integrity, motivated by the highest ideals of public service. For the PM to lose one advisor on ministers' interests may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose two looks like carelessness. Those in the party looking to bring about Mr. Johnson's downfall hope sustained pressure on his position will eventually force him out of office. Influential backbencher Steve Baker even called on members of the cabinet to now quit in wake of Lord Gates' decision in a bid to make Mr. Johnson resign. He told Politico, "It's time for the great statesmen and women in the cabinet to rise to the moment and get a grip of this situation before it degenerates any further." Tory MP for South Hannard Craig McKinley, an ally of the Prime Minister, last night vented at those in the Conservative Party seeking to change leader. He attacked those speaking out against Mr. Johnson for seeking vengeance and claimed some were even hoping to end his political career in order to reverse Brexit. "You've got some who just don't like Boris, Theresa Number who just never liked Boris throughout his political career, then you've got others who are concerned about Brexit, they're still fighting the Brexit war," he told GB News. Then you've got those who have been shuffled out of government, or those who think they're so marvelous they should be in government. Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab said this morning that the Prime Minister would appoint another ethics advisor shortly,